everybody's different. You can't just say all sports people are, not living right. Because at the end of the day, people do dirt whether you're in sports or without.
Facts. But the ones in sports do it more, okay? They dogs. They don't care. This is Forever Juna. Today we're going to be doing I guess you could say like a hot topic of what to do, the do's and don'ts in college. My name is Juna. To my left, this is my older sister. Although people say I look older than her, y'all let me know in the comments. This is my older sister, Kishna. She went to
Missouri State.
What was your major?
My major was fashion design.
Okay, cool. So to my right is Sharice Success. What was your major? And what school did you go to?
So I started off at Drury University, then I transferred to Missouri State, and then I transferred to University of North Texas, where I graduated from. What'd you say?
Your major?
Your major?
What's your major?
My major is integrative studies with concentrations in sociology, education, and development and family studies.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. As you can see, she went to a couple schools, so she knows what she's talking about. Now, my school, Missouri Western State University. I graduated with a degree in broadcast journalism. I'm a recent graduate. I graduated in 2018 in May, so just a couple months ago. She graduated in 2013 in August.
Mm-hmm.
And then you graduated in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we're all just all over the place. So the first topic we're going to start off on is, I guess we can start off with boys. Boys, my milkshake bring all the okay, no, but so what would you guys tell like a freshman or somebody? Like, what was your take on that with boys in
Stay
school?
away from them. Leave them alone. They ain't nothing. Not like they're really not, honestly. But in college, like, focus on your grades. You're trying to graduate.
Yeah,
that's what you're there for.
Yeah. What would you say?
I agree 1,000%. Although me, on the other hand, I had a boyfriend in college. It's just one of those things where going in, I would recommend you be single so that you don't have any type of distractions and just to focus on what you really came for.
Distraction,
Yeah. For me, I feel like with the whole boy situation, I don't know. Like, they're always gonna be there. One thing I do definitely recommend is if he's on a sports team, run away. Okay, leave alone. Like, I'm telling you right now, he don't want nothing, but he's a distraction.
Like that's a stereotype. Not to cut you off, but I feel like you're just stereotyping athletes, though.
No, I'm
what
not.
about the girl athletes?
No key.
Though?
They dogs too.
Wow. No comment.
Were you acting in college?
I wasn't, but I'm just saying though, everybody's different. You can't just say all sports people are, not living right. Because at the end of the day, people do dirt whether you're in sports or without.
Facts, but the ones in sports do it more. Okay, they dogs. They don't care. They don't care.
What do you think about this?
What you think? Because you know me, I'm not holding nothing back.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the athletes, they are eye candy, but that's all they can do for you.
But are they not dogs though?
Don't listen to her. With her
They're
dogs.
Okay, the athletes, like, so let's keep it real. So you in college, you young, you on a team, your head is probably a little big, male and female.
Yeah.
So it may be one or two out of the 500 athletes that may have their head on right, but you don't have time to find that one or two out the 500. You there for your grades. So majority of them are dogs.
Yeah, the majority. I'll agree with that. The majority are dogs. There is some good ones in there, but they're not worried about you. Okay, focus on school. They're a distraction.
Or they have dog tendencies.
Yeah.
He has a really dogging about. Well, hey, teach his own now.
No, I'm saying like so. Some people, like, let's be honest, what you go to school for, right? So
what did you go to school for? Let's be honest.
Like, we're gonna get to that. I paid a lot of money to act a fool. But anyway, so some people go to college, they want to hook up, they want to do this, they want to do that. So they're attracted to the dogs and the dogs attracted to them. And that's all they want is that dog lifestyle. And that's fine. That's what you want to do. Do you.
Yeah.
But if you think you about to go to college and then be with a whole bunch of, what they say, fleas of a feather flock together, or you think you about to be around all these dogs and then you not.
What is it? Birds of a
dirtiness. If you around a bunch of dirtiness, you about to be dirty too. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
And what you asked me?
what did you go to school for?
Is that the next topic?
Is it?
It can be.
Okay.
Okay. So I personally,
Hold on, wait. I'm so sorry. So with that being said about that whole boys, being dog or not, please write in the comments what you guys think, because I really want to know. I personally think that sports guys are the ones to run away from. But yeah,
I say run from all of them.
well that too.
No distractions.
On
None.
campus,
But
yeah.
everybody's guilty or innocent until proven otherwise.
Facts. Okay, take us to court then.
No
Why'd you go to
comment
school?
on that one. So my main reason to go off to school, because the first 2 schools I went to, I was still at home, was to turn up, real talk. And so I thought that I could turn up and graduate. They can be on the same level. No, it don't work like that.
Not at all.
So turning up turned to my number 1 priority. I did almost get kicked out of school for turning up. I moved off of campus, out the dorms, so I could turn up even more.
Oh,
I did. Yes, I did.
She's honest.
yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
I worked hard. I paid my own bills.
And they were roommates at one point.
We were.
Yeah.
Being
That's how I know
fast.
her. Yeah.
Right. I
Y'all was
good.
both being fast?
No, I was.
No. I was in a
At
relationship.
this time, I don't have no comment. We're not gonna get to that.
Ooh, no comment.
Right.
Oh,
So,
you're
but
right.
I was fast as far as like I wanted to be grown, and that was so it went from turning up to being grown, and then that's why it took me 7 years to graduate. But I did get that degree. Let's
Amen.
believe,
Yes.
But yeah,
It's no rush in the degree either. Take your time.
yeah, take your time and don't get distracted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to turn up. That's why I wanted to get out of my mama's house.
Yeah.
Go off to school so I could turn up and party. And my school wasn't even a party school, but I turned up.
She did.
Period. Why'd you go to school?
I went to school to get out of my...
Tell me.
Well, of course you want to go.
Yes.
I went to school to get away from my parents.
Our parents?
Yes, girl, our parents, just to get out of the house. Growing up with a foreign household, you can't leave the house. 3
Nothing.
different places
Nothing.
besides home, school, and church.
And maybe if you had a job, that's it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go anywhere else. So I really wanted to get away, get out of the house. But then once I went off to school, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power not to have to go back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with
I'm sorry,
that...
I don't want to cut you off, but she made sure that she went as far as she could go.
No,
she
not
went.
far enough. Actually, we were only 3 hours away from
You were
Kansas City.
4 hours away.
That's 3 hours. Missouri State is only 3 hours from Kansas City. But honestly, okay, so this was my thing. I started applying for other schools out of state, and I got accepted. But then once that tuition came in, and I saw that bill, and I'm like, it's not a
Yeah.
full ride. Reality set in, so I tried to go as far financially as I could, and I ended up at Missouri State.
Yeah.
But then once I got to Missouri State, once again, it was proving that I'm not coming back home in a sense of tucking my tail between my legs, and it's like, oh, I didn't make it, or I got in trouble, I got put out. So I had that discipline. I'm not getting in trouble. No boys are distracting me. I'm gonna graduate, get my grades, and then
Yes.
keep going.
Yes.
That was my motive.
Yes. For me, just playing. For me, I think it's the same thing because we were raised in the same household, same parents, whatever. But for me, I only went 45 minutes away from home because I love my parents. I love family.
I didn't say I didn't love my parents.
No, you kind of did. No, but for real, for me, I literally went down the street, it feels like, because they came as soon as I called them, like, it was like a 45-minute drive. It was an hour, but you can make it 30 to 45 minutes.
But why were you calling though?
Because I missed them. I'm a very emotional person. Like, I need to be around my parents. I need to be around my siblings. Although she doesn't like to be around me. I love you. She doesn't care. But I don't know. I want to get away for the same reasons, but I didn't want to go too far. And Missouri Western is really, really cheap. It's one of the cheapest schools to go to in the state of Missouri. But yeah. And I graduated in broadcast journalism. I don't know if I said that, but anywho. So basically, when you're looking for a school, make sure you don't go to that school for,
The wrong reasons.
turning up. Okay, make sure you decide on like where you're going based off of like your financials, academics, the distance from home. Like calculate all that into that before you just say, "Oh, I'm going to go to that school." Because
True. And don't follow your friends because 9 times out of 10,
do that,
you will
sis.
not end up friends towards the end of that college term year. However long you decide to stay. No, that's real life though. 9 times out of 10, people go to school senior year. Oh my goodness, let's choose to go to X, Y, and Z school together. You go there, you guys tend to, your majors are different. You're going to meet different friends. Now you're growing up. You're learning to become a new version of you, and you're leaving the old behind. Elevation requires separation. That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
like
true.
it.
Say that one more time.
Elevation requires separation.
Point barre.
Yes.
Period. But yeah, that was good. Go
To
ahead.
answer that, like you do meet great people in college.
That's true. You do.
That's how I met Keshna and then Juna. So I mean, you do get those lifetime
Friendships.
Yeah, you get those in college. So, but you don't have to look for it. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to do none of that. It just come with the process.
Yeah, it actually goes into our next topics about like friends and like leaving them behind and things like that. So I guess for me, like, I really don't know what to say.
Well, I'll take over. For
Please
me
do.
personally, I'm not a social person. My turn up, turn down session lasted all of 1 year maybe, going out. Well, actually maybe 2 years, like sophomore, junior year, and then it cut short because I'm like senior year, I'm finna get this done. I'm working all these hours, taking all these credits, you know, all this stuff. So I became more structured.
Yes.
But like I said, because I was not that active anyway and being social, it really didn't take much for me because I had all of what I could count my friends on one hand, you know. So I didn't have much of an issue. I wasn't big for turning up. I didn't drink, didn't do any of that stuff. So for me it was pretty simple. But for you guys, I don't know. For
me and my sister, we're like complete opposites. She's an introvert, I'm an extrovert. Well, I can say I'm turning into an introvert, you know? So I'm the type of person, if I go out, I'm talking to every single person in that room. Like, I don't care. I want to make sure that you see me, I see you, we see each other. That's how I was when I first got to college. Like, everybody knew who I was, not like in a crazy way, but just because I was really, really social. But with the whole friends aspect, I feel like college is a place that where you can go and, I guess, meet new people that you would never even expect to be friends with. Like, I'm friends with this girl that I met my freshman year, and when she first walked in the room, I was like, I'm not gonna like her. Like, she just came in with this nasty attitude, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do not like you already. But to this day, we're friends. Like, I literally just got off the phone with her. Like, we're still friends. Like, it's a surprise. Like, I don't even know where I'm trying to get at. But basically, when you go to college, make sure that your mindset is really open. Like, don't go in closed-minded, because if you go in closed-minded, you're not gonna get to experience as much as you can experience. And yeah, I'm
definitely an introvert all day, every day.
I'm not
all day, every day, but I like that. What you call it, like the turn up environment. But sometimes, like I started to in college, I wanted to control the turn up environment. After I did a little too much, I'm like, oh, I still want to turn up. I just want to control my environment. So you could low-key think I'm an extrovert, but I'm not. But I don't like to make people feel uncomfortable. But back then I didn't. Now I honestly don't care. But back then I didn't. And so, like, I like to include everybody. And, like, we did a few little parties and stuff.
Like
house parties.
Yeah, we did. And it was nice. We had a good time. We had fun.
She always fell asleep.
I did. I was
her bedtime is like 8 o'clock. She goes to sleep at 8 o'clock.
Like
forever.
Yeah,
for real.
In college.
What time is it? She goes to sleep in 4 hours.
I had to, like big fat.
It's 3:16. She about to go to sleep in a little bit.
I'm the one like taking a nap before the turn up. You gotta come wake me up.
Or she's not going.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like I just want to touch on something real quick. Just because I'm an extrovert, I know my limits. Like, I'm not gonna do something crazy and just, I don't know, just be cautious of who you befriend. Because not everybody wants the best for you. Mm-hmm. You can sit there and have a conversation with somebody, but do not pour all of yourself out on them. What did the pastor say that one time?
I don't remember.
Guard your heart.
Basically, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your spirit, because
your
atmosphere, all that, because anything and everything can taint it, and you don't want to be tainted. You know, you want to give, but don't receive all the negativity. Am I saying that right?
I get what you're saying, but just to
Break
kind
it
of
down.
explain it, let me see. In a nutshell, basically what she's trying to say is you can only pour so much of yourself into somebody else without getting a return of investment.
I like
yes,
it.
sis.
There you go.
Yes.
That's it. That's all. Just be careful.
You see, she summarizes everything I do, because I will literally just keep talking, trying to get to my point, and I don't know. Let's talk about classes.
Ooh.
Staying on campus, all that good stuff. So for me, my freshman year, my classes were picked for me. Were they picked for you guys when you first got there?
No.
They recommended, but you didn't have to accept them.
What? My classes were picked. Okay, I knew exactly where to go, all that good stuff. But one thing I do recommend about classes is before school starts, because you're gonna be on campus. Make sure you know where your classes are. Don't start looking for your classes right before they start, like 5 minutes before. That is the craziest thing I've ever in my life. Oh my gosh, this is so off topic, but do not wear heels. Okay, like don't be that girl that wears heels going to class.
That's how you know you're a freshman and you're new and you want to stand out.
That
And
is
that's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
No
Don't do it.
Don't
You see
do
what we
it.
got on now and sweats and stuff?
Crew
Look,
necks, like
just be comfortable.
don't be that girl that wears heels on the first day, the next week, the next month, the last month. Don't do it. Okay?
We're not telling you not to dress up. Now, if you're one of those people that, like to look pretty all the time, by
Stunt.
all means.
Do you.
Do
Right.
you.
Do
Don't
you.
be anybody else. But if you're not and you
want
just want
to like impress and show out?
not on that day.
No,
Don't do
because
that.
there's heels. Okay, and the walks are long. Okay, my first class from my dorm, my freshman year was 15-minute walk. Okay,
I used to have to catch the shuttle to my classes, which was
Right.
about 20 minutes or so off campus. So,
Crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry that was so off topic. But yeah, back to classes.
If anything, you take your typical gen eds and stuff, but one thing I will say about classes, just be mindful, like she said, about the classes you take, because a lot of times people take classes and then they end up dropping those classes, but
Yeah.
sometimes you still have to pay for them because you
Yes.
passed that deadline, or you just don't want to have to deal with that at the end, because financial aid office is not your friend. At all.
They don't care. Okay,
At all.
who's her name? Sally Mae. They ain't my friend. I don't know you, girl. Like
They still send me letters, and I've been
honey,
out.
they've been
for
calling
years.
me. I'm not gonna pay my student loans. It's not gonna happen. Like no,
Did she just
I'm
say
in
that?
deferment.
She did, but
I'm
they
in
gonna
deferment.
come regardless. My deferment is done, and y'all still come.
The fact that they
My deferment's over like next week, low key. It's been 6 months. Oh my god.
It's alright. We're gonna do better.
But for me and my classes, my mother actually picked my classes the first and second time around, I think. And then I failed them and had to take them again. I was not. I mean, they were
She's
good
being
classes.
honest.
That
Right.
happens because I failed like 3 classes throughout my entire time there, so it happens. You just gotta
Mine
retake
has
them.
one. Governmental economics society. Political.
Oh
No.
my gosh, I failed like a gym
was
like
it?
course or something.
Gym.
It was a gym. It was like
You
a
was
physical-
not attending because there's no way you.
It was like a physical education class. It was like a
lab?
it was a lecture in a lab. I passed the lab, not the lecture.
Oh well, that makes sense.
Okay, but sorry,
Yeah, so
you didn't pass.
yeah, I failed them, and it wasn't like because they was some hard classes. Because I was like, deuces, I ain't got time for this stuff. I had 2 full-time jobs and thought I
Yes.
could go to school full-time.
That is hard. Shout out to people that can make it happen because
Right.
it's hard.
It takes some real life. Like, college is no joke. It's not
No.
high school. Don't nobody care if you come or not. Don't nobody care if you fail. They're going to take your money anyway.
Because you paid already. Like they
Right.
don't care if you come or not.
They don't care.
They don't.
And I mean, they shouldn't have to. But anyway, so then when I went off to school, I still picked my own classes. Yes, you have to be careful about dropping and withdrawing and all that stuff. 'cause
Yeah.
You still pay for them.
Yeah.
You have to do these extra stuff to withdraw from the class, and if you don't show up,
Right.
Yeah, you just have to be mindful of it. When I was at UNT, when I because I transferred twice, right? So when I transferred to UNT, they had the nerve to tell me, because when I first got there, mind you, I had already talked to the person over my major, the director of like child and family development or something like that. So she had told me what classes would transfer and what classes wouldn't, right? I get to the financial aid office because, this time I'm on my 6th year of school. Financial aid, they like to kick you off after that.
Yeah, they don't care. Like
They don't.
They like you use up this X, Y, and Z amount. You're done. Like
Right.
the rest is on you. It's crazy.
But I mean, they gave me 6 years though.
They-
But so I get there, transferred to UNT in North Texas, in Denton, Texas specifically. I lived in Garland, Texas, which was like an hour commute. They're gonna tell me, oh, maybe you should go back to Missouri State to finish your degree.
Ooh.
I said, I live here in Texas. Ain't no going back. I don't have no go back. I live here. And it's like, well, it may cost you too much, but I can't stand when people tell me what I can afford. So they didn't.
You're not in my pockets.
Right. Like, okay, so then I had to pay out-of-state tuition. So they was like, oh, you should go back to Missouri State. No, I'm not doing it. So I went on UNC website and found how to manipulate my credits and their majors that they offer so I can graduate in 1 year. Because I was not playing. At that point, I was done. What you call it? point block. Like,
Done.
I was ready.
Quit by,
So
okay?
I went
Period.
and found all these people in different programs so I could stay in school and negotiate my
Financial aid.
my financial aid and my major. I had to change my major. And yeah, so they will try to play you, and you think you got all these advisors and all these people and stuff up there. If you want it, you gotta go after it.
Yeah,
I agree.
facts. Like that whole switching like colleges and transferring and stuff, that could take a toll. Like, you know, be cautious and be mindful of that, because you may be at a school for X, Y, and Z amount 2 years, and you have like what 60 credit hours, depending, and you transfer to another school. That only what 25 credits will transfer. Now you back like 2 feet back. You gotta be mindful of that, because not all credits will transfer. Not at all.
Let me just say this. When somebody tell you no at the school, I don't care who they are.
Go to somebody
Right.
else. Okay,
Like,
it can be done. And I don't care what it is. It can be done. Okay,
Right.
Your advisor is not always with you. Okay.
No, they not. I had like 5 advisors. They was there for like 2 minutes telling me wrong stuff. When I was a nursing major, the requirements kept changing for me to get into the program. Like, no, if it's something you dedicated to, you go above and beyond.
Go above. Just because a professor, like, because I was in the journalism department, like my advisor. No, I can go to a professor asking for help and he won't help. I'm like, okay, I go to my advisor. He can't do it. I will literally go to the head of the department. Do not play me. Play me not. I did it twice, okay? I do not care. And if that didn't work, guess where I went? The president of the school, okay? And he made sure that it was done. I don't play that. No. It's going to get done. Period. Leah. Okay.
I mean, people are lazy.
Lazy.
Facts.
But I don't know, the whole classes situation, like, just make sure that you're taking the necessary classes. Do not take classes that you don't need. Like, when you first get to school, later on in school, when you're done, if it's not needed, don't do it right now.
It's a
like,
waste of money.
It's a waste of money. But I do get fill-in classes, like, because my last year I needed, 2 more credit hours, but I was done with my major. I just need to graduate. And I think I took a yoga course. Like, that's the only time that you can do, like, a fill-in course. But other than that, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Financial aid I promise you, no. But with that being said, with classes, there's books, okay? Books in the bookstore are not your friend unless you have what's that thing called? A voucher?
That's still not your
You
fault.
guys, her school is different than ours. With
Okay.
ours, you could go in there and defer anything from
Defer?
clothes to food,
Charge-
Defer?
charge to
anything.
your account.
Yeah, you charge it to your account. So, you know, when freshmen at our school found out, they was going into deferring pencils, books, food.
That's a waste of
Like,
money.
gear.
They had
Look,
TVs?
we had everything.
Skills.
What?
And next thing, they didn't care because they couldn't see it. So it's like charging it to the account
Wait,
like a
wait.
credit card.
Wait. Have you ever seen that Mr. Krabs? I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah, so it was like a credit card type of deal. So they were going in there doing that left and right. You could do that at any time, but then what they didn't realize is you'd eventually have to go and take care of that
Right.
bill, you know?
Right.
So if anything, like jumping back to the books, for most of my classes, luckily, I didn't really need books until after I was done with my gen eds. And then once I got into my major classes with fashion, that was more so me coming out of pocket for like supplies and fashion related items. But besides that, my deferring days lasted all freshman year until I seen that bill. But luckily I had a refund, so I took care of mine and I never went back unless I had to.
Them refund checks is nice. Wait,
Not
yes.
everybody's,
not
somebody's,
really.
not everybody.
They set
Mine's
you up.
nice.
I got
man.
too happy with them. But we gonna talk about
But
that.
listen, don't spend them refund checks. Give it back.
Don't get one.
If you don't
They-
need one,
Yeah.
don't.
If you taking out a
Set
student
yourself up.
loan to get a, we don't have to talk about this.
Hold on,
That's
wait,
a
because
long
we still
topic.
talk right. We still talk about books. Hold on now. See, there's websites that you can go to. Because for my school, I didn't know nothing about what she got going on. So for me, it's either you can have a book voucher, and with your book voucher, it's like, okay. How do I break this down? So before school starts, you take out a loan, financial aid. You do financial aid, and then you do a loan. So we did Parent Plus loan. I think you helped me with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up taking X amount of money, and I had leftover money. And so with that money, it went to the school, and the school issued me a refund check. When you have a refund check in my school, it is a book voucher. So you go to the bookstore and you say, oh, I have a book voucher. You can spend up to like $700 at the bookstore, and people actually do that. Now, if you don't buy the books, that $700 goes back into your refund check, and I will get like an amount of like in the thousands, right? So nice back in school, girl. I thought it was big balling. But yeah, so with that being said, I would suggest not to do book vouchers. I would suggest to basically go to other websites like Chegg and what's other schools? Amazon. Like if you can Google your book and find it for a cheaper price, you should do that. Because they be like, you can say you can rent a book or you can purchase a book and then sell it back to them at the end of the year. But when you purchase a book, it's like $60. But when you sell it back, you get 10 back.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
No, but sometimes, like, for me, when I first started going, like, I didn't have the money to, like, go to Chegg or go to any of, like, they had local rental college book places and stuff like that. I didn't have the money to do that, so I had to charge mine to my account in order to get my books, because for some reason I had class that I needed the books for, like chemistry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you needed the code for electronic whatever, audio books or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Not audio books, the online books. So I did that the first time, and then first couple times, and then I was not disciplined with my money. So when I did get the refund checks, I would spend them like, oh, I just charge it to my account. The school bookstore, whatever school you go to, is the most expensive. Everything in there is like 50 times higher
than what you will find. Yeah.
The Walmart, the TVs are higher. The Beats are like whatever that you buy on campus, the shirts, whatever, it's like 50 times higher.
Yeah.
The books, everything. So just keep that in mind. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but yeah.
I promise you, if you're looking for like some college gear and you go to your bookstore and you see that price and you go to your local Walmart, it's way cheaper. Like if you want some gear, go to Walmart. It's down the street. Do you guys have anything to say about that topic?
Nope.
Mm-mm. Our next topic is going to be about staying on campus. For me, I didn't have the opportunity like they did, and they moved off campus after a while. I had to stay on campus the entire 4.5 years I was at college or in college. So yeah, I had no choice. But if you have an opportunity, I think you should move off campus. Like if you've been there, did that, like experienced it, go ahead and move on. Like just come back to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I feel. If I could have moved out, I would have definitely lived off campus. Like my atmosphere, my campus was yay big. So everybody knew everybody. The enrollment size was like 5,000 people. People who stayed on campus was like, I think not even half of that was like 1,000. It was like everybody knew everybody, okay? And I didn't like that. And I'm the type of person that once I experienced it, okay, I want to move something on. But if you can move off campus, do that. But they lived off campus, so.
Well, I lived in the dorms my first year.
Yeah.
That I went off to school to Missouri State. It was cool. I mean, I'm glad that I went and experienced the dorm life for that first year, and then I was good after a semester. I was ready to go, but you had to sign a contract, like a year-long contract, and then you had to like appeal to get out of it. So I stayed my whole year. The dorms are a little like, of course, they're more strict than living on your own. They like,
and they're more expensive.
Yeah, it is more expensive because you have to get a meal plan and all this extra stuff you pay for that you don't take advantage of.
Like you can't live on campus and not have a meal plan. You have to have a meal plan, which costs more. So stupid.
Right.
And you don't eat in the caf or any of the food courts. Like you just, I'm so sorry. You know they got a Starbucks after all that, but that's so off topic. Okay.
So yeah, you have to have a meal plan. They lock the doors at a certain time. I mean, it's for your security or whatever they call it. Like you have to badge in. I didn't like that. To me, like in my dorm, they were like watching you and stuff, and it's like, okay, nobody's here. It's my mother or father.
Yeah.
Like let me in.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me do what I'm gonna do. So they did that. I didn't like that. I just felt controlled in the dorm.
Yes.
You know, they
Was
come
it like
and
a
check your
prison?
room. Yeah, it low key.
And they do room checks.
Yeah.
You didn't do room checks your freshman year?
They kept pulling a fire alarm.
Oh yeah, they did that, but they never did room
I'm so
checks.
sorry. You didn't do room checks at your college?
No.
Okay, guys, so we're doing a video, and it's all about the times that we were in college. And so we're doing like a do's and don'ts thing. I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't been on YouTube in so long. I know you guys missed me. All my 50 subscribers. Wait, start over.
It just started.
Oh my gosh, it's starting.
Oh, we need the mic.
Oh, the mic.
You could like slightly move, like pretend like you're talking or something.
Don't start over now.
Don't. Okay, this is really hard, Katrina. I kid you not.
Ain't it?
No, I don't like it.
Okay, I already started.
A new one?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're lying.
Don't delete.
Let me get. Let
Just
us
keep
know.
going.
But you gotta let us
It's 6
know.
seconds. Come on.
It's like,
All right. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of editing.
So you
Shut
want me
up.
to start over?
No, you're
At
fine.
this point,
Stop trying to take shortcuts.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is hard. Oh my gosh. All right, please start over.
That you need some closure, used to come over. I don't need to take no Uber, I drive her over.